Have you ever wondered what it's like to live at Eagle Pointe Golf Resort in Bloomington, Indiana? If you've been around Bloomington, gone to school at Indiana University, you've heard of Eagle Pointe. It's on the southeast side of Bloomington and it borders beautiful Lake Monroe. It has an 18-hole golf course, and today I am going to be answering all your questions that you've had about Eagle Pointe. Coming right up. I'm Wendy Kohlmeyer. I'm with BTown Realtors, and I'm going to answer all your questions today on Eagle Pointe Golf Resort. I've lived at Eagle Pointe for almost 15 years and feel pretty familiar with the whole area. The biggest questions I get are, what are all the homeowner dues and how often are they paid? I don't understand how that works. So we're going to address that first thing. So let's talk about the homeowners dues. Each of the 17 villages has its own homeowners association. And those dues, the first set of dues goes to that particular village. And that covers the exterior insurance, the roofing, the siding. If the village has a pool and tennis courts, it covers that. It also covers landscaping, mulching, leaf removal, and snow removal. You insure from the walls in, so you want to make sure that you're covered for enough money if there ever happened to be a problem. Let's also talk about Point Services Association. That everyone has to pay that, whether you own a 1-bedroom condo or a 4-bedroom house. It's all the same, it's all paid quarterly. And it covers the roads connecting the villages, as well as the lighting on those roads, and it pays for the new autonomous security system that's being installed in the next month or so. So that program will have cards in your car with a card reader, and it also has a keypad for your visitors or for your renters. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I've seen it being installed and it looks super cool. So that's what that goes for. Now, both your HOA dues, your village dues, and your Point Services dues are due once a quarter. That's once every 3 months that you have to pay those. Now, if your village doesn't have a pool, there is a great pool at the Clubhouse. Eagle Pointe has a very nice clubhouse that's just had a multi-million-dollar renovation to it. And it also has Sam's restaurant, very good, and bar. And then there's a cabana bar also out by the pool, and they're getting ready to renovate the tennis courts around there. That clubhouse also has a fitness facility in it and a pro shop for the golf course. The golf course is a very nice 18-hole golf course that the condos and houses wrap around all the way through the golf course. It's actually really beautiful, and if you haven't been out to Eagle Pointe, you need to plan to come out and have a drink at the bar and dinner at Sam's. Our villages. We have 17 villages. Let's start with Green Ridge. Green Ridge is a paired housing complex. So back in the day, back when these were built in the 70s and 80s, it would be considered a duplex, but in today's term, it's paired housing. So Green Ridge does not have a pool, but they have access to the clubhouse pool. But they do have a covered picnic area that I believe has bathrooms as well. So that's very nice there. The next village is Front 9, and obviously it's at the top of the golf course, right around Point Road. So that is all single family housing and very nice houses with garages, and it does have a pool. I'm trying to remember if it has a tennis court, and I think that it does, but don't hold me to that. And coming up, there is Fairway Knoll. That is also single family housing, but the houses are bigger than Front 9 and very individual type houses. There's also Harbor Point Estates, and those are all lovely homes that are in the woods. They kind of go in the woods down to a cove of Lake Monroe. Now, can you see the lake from there? Most of the houses, no, maybe a couple of the houses, but it's the DNR has the woods protected, so you can't cut down trees and for a better view. Can't be done. So there's also Harbor Point, which is condos, and a lot of those condos have incredible lake views to them. And there is also a dock there, but the slips are sold with individual condos there. You'll see them come up for sale, and they offer them with the condos. If they can't sell them with that particular unit that goes with that slip, then they will sell them individually to other people. But that's just for Harbor Point residents. So if you live in other parts of the point, there is not a dock access. The next village is Point Retreats, and those are small 1 and 2 bedroom units. Those look more like hotel type units, and I think that's really what they were used for back in the 70s. I may be wrong on that, but I think they were used for that. But they're efficiency 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom units. Now, Point Retreats is one of the only villages at Eagle Pointe where you can actually do short-term rental. Now, that might not stay that way forever. The Homeowners Association has the prerogative of changing the bylaws, and that can, be done with. But right now, there are short-term rentals there. The other unit on the same street as Point Retreats is Bayview, and that's at the end of the cul-de-sac, and it's a small 24-unit project that is 4 buildings, and I believe there's 3 upstairs units and 3 downstairs units, and they are all 2 bedrooms. It's on the 9th fairway, and it goes down to a cove of the lake, so there's woods back behind it as well. The next village is East Bay, and it's having a big renovation right now. So that has a shared pool and tennis courts with Woodridge. It's right by Woodridge Pool and tennis courts, and conveniently located, and they do share that spot. So Woodridge is all condos. The condos all over on the woods side all have spiral staircases in it. Every one of them has spiral staircases, so if you are not good with stairs, this is not good for you. Now, some people have taken the spiral staircases out and put regular stairs in, but it does take up some of the square footage of the units. On the other side of the road, those are a little bit different type of floor plan, and they back up to the golf course. And those units do not have spiral staircases in it, so something to keep in mind. I think, Woodridge is the only condos that have spiral staircases in it. The next village is Water's Edge 1, and that is a beautiful place to live. It has condos, almost all the condos, but not all of them, face the lake. And it's primo. Now, the best views are in buildings that just have 1 bedroom and 2 bedroom units, and they don't have any garages or anything like that. So there's that. But they also have townhouses, very nice, that have, most of them are on the lake side and some of them are on a wooded cove side. It just depends. They have garages with them, and they hardly ever come up for sale. Water's Edge 1 also has a really nice pool, and they've got a tennis court and a pickleball court and a basketball court. So there's that, and it's absolutely beautiful, and you should definitely check that out. They do a really nice maintenance of their village there. So there's also Water's Edge 2, and this should not be confused with Water's Edge 1, because Water's Edge 2 does not have access to any of the Water's Edge pool, tennis courts, pickleball courts, or basketball courts. So keep that in mind. Those garages are owned by individuals that own condos. So when they sell their condos, they sell the garage as well. But these are not attached to the condos. They are a walk from the condos. So people choose to store their cars there for the winter or put their boats in there. There's only, I'm gonna say 4 or 5 of them, not very many. And then there's also Water's Edge 2 Courtyard, and that's just 1 or 2 buildings of small condos that face the golf course. Up is Bay Pointe, and Bay Pointe has really pretty units. A lot of them face the lake and part of the wooded area by the lake. And a lot of them have like a winter view of Lake Monroe, but it's more of a cove. They all have garages with, well, I shouldn't say all, but some of them have garages with them. Others, there's small 1-bedroom condos above those units that don't have garages, and they also have their own pool. Eagle Cove is right by Bay Pointe. It looks very similar to Bay Pointe, as in the color of the siding, and the pool is in between Bay Pointe and Eagle Cove, but Eagle Cove does not share a pool with Bay Pointe. Those are nice 2, and maybe there's some 3-bedroom units there. LaSalle's Woods is the next village out here. It's beautiful. It's all wrapped around the woods going down to Lake Monroe. It's picturesque, and it has a beautiful pool that's been redone with bathrooms and gated. It's got tennis and pickleball courts and a nice fire pit that you can reserve any day, anytime. Absolutely gorgeous. All of LaSalle's Woods has carports and or garages with all the units out here. There's some patio homes that back up to the golf course, but most of the units go in the woods down to the lake. And we also have a nice little area for launching kayaks down off the service road. Eagle Bay 1 and Eagle Bay 2. They are both 2 different homeowners associations. Eagle Bay 1 has units that overlook the lake, absolutely stunning views, and Eagle Bay 2 has some garages. They're more woods and lake coves that you can see, but not quite the view as Eagle Bay 1. And there's Point Cove. Point Cove has its own pool as well, and it's all big houses. Some are pretty new within the last few years, and there's still some lots available, I believe, that you can buy there. And some of the houses have lake views, but most of the houses are wooded views down to the lake. So a lot of those lake views, like I said, can only be seen in the winter views, early spring. We also have great eagles that have nests out here that you can see. It's absolutely amazing. And if you take the service roads, which are only reserved for emergency vehicles, you can walk around there and have spectacular views and nature and hiking. If you haven't been out to Eagle Pointe, you need to come. So there's lots of things to do, and if you live at Eagle Pointe, there's Sam's Restaurant, there's the Fairfax Market, and the Fairfax Inn, which is a restaurant just right down the street. There's Airbnbs out here that you can rent. There's long-term rentals that you can do. The other village that I didn't mention does some short-term rentals right now is Woodridge. But that's the only Point Retreats and Woodridge are the only two villages that I know of that are still doing short-term rentals. So hopefully that'll answer your questions there on that. But you can do long-term rentals, and when I say long-term rentals, they're either over 6 months or a year rental. Eagle Pointe is a beautiful place to play golf. You can get to the Four Winds Resort. It's 5 minutes away. It is in the national park. And there's also Fairfax Beach there, which you can go hang out and go kayaking or swimming if you want. The Four Winds has boat rental, and you can also rent boat slips there. It has a nice big hotel that you can stay. It's absolutely beautiful. Lake Monroe is an incredible lake that they have, the DNR has done a really nice job of that you can't build on Lake Monroe. So what's here is here, and there's no new builds allowed. And people have tried, people that have a lot of money have tried to throw money at them to get allowed building there, and no bueno. So if you haven't been out to Eagle Pointe, come on out, have a drink at the bar and dinner at Sam's, and you'll be good. If you like this video, I've got another video about retiring to Bloomington, Indiana. Check it out right here, and stay tuned for my next video, which will come out next Thursday.